I remember my first real day of basic training in the U.S. Army. And the reason I say my first real day is because I had been on the base in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, for about 4 days, but that was reception. That's the time the Army uses to lure you into a false sense of security, thinking it's not going to be that bad. That's when they give you your uniforms, what they call TA-50, and they show you how to make your bunks and to shine your shoes and how to walk straight and how to do a push-up and how to do a sit-up. And those are the things that they do during that reception time. But then that first day, while we was at reception, and all of a sudden this cattle car pull up. And if you don't know what a cattle car is, that's the same vehicles that the cows are transported in. And it came up and it probably fit about 50, 55, 60 people inside this cattle car. All you can see is little slots out of the side so you can barely see where you're going. And they get us and they put us inside this cattle car to drive us onto the other side of the base. Fort Sill, Oklahoma in the summertime had to be around 90 degrees, 95 degrees. We're in this cattle car with all our gear. We got 2 duffel bags full of gear and whatever personal stuff you bought. Number one thing I'll tell anybody who might be going into the military, don't take anything with you. You don't need anything. They will provide everything. I'm out there thinking I'm going on vacation. I got a suitcase. I got another little gym bag with me. Oh, that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I wish somebody would have told me that before I went in. But hey, don't take anything with you. They'll provide everything. So I'm in the cattle car. We're driving across base. The cattle car stops. And then the nightmare begins, because at this time is the first time you're starting to meet your real drill sergeants, the people that's going to actually show you and lead you and guide you and take that, provide that discipline you need and the instructions you need. So now fussing and yelling and screaming, get off my truck, get off my truck, get off my truck. They got us running, and now you're grabbing all your gear and you're trying to run off the truck, and you get out there and you're trying to get in formation, and the drill sergeants come out and they're starting to get in your face and talk to you and this and that. And let me tell you something. When I got into the military, I was 250 pounds just off of the college football field. I was a running back, this big solid muscle when I came out there. So I'm out there and I'm like, man, just looking big and buff, and I got my gear and stuff, and I'm the muscles are bulging, the veins are swelling up in my arms because of trying to carry all those bags. And they got us on they call it drill pad. So really a drill pad is just where your barracks are, and it's 2 different pads so we can line up for formation. And we're lining up, and I'm on the right side, and then there's a pad on the left side. And it's like I said, it's divided in half. So let's say we have 50 people on one side and 50 people on the other side. And the drill sergeants finally got us settled down and got us lined up. And you're thinking, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Then another person comes out, and this is the senior drill sergeant. So the senior drill sergeant comes out, and he's like, okay, privates, because we're all privates. We're all at the lowest level of the food chain, so we're all in that level. And he's saying, when I say go, I want everybody on the left side to run over to the right side and line up, and everybody on the right side go around to the left side and line up. So he's just going to say go, and you got these 100 people that's going to go right across each other, and make sure you got all your stuff and line up on the other side. All right, ready? Go. Bam, total chaos. Chaos everywhere. Bags flying all over the place, people flying all over the place. We're running into each other, barely got your stuff, and you're running across each other. Bam. All right, we get lined up. But it's chaotic, bags everywhere. Now the senior drill sergeant looking super pissed because we got this bags. It's not even looking uniformed anymore, not looking organized anymore. And I'm like, oh my God. He said, all right, Private, we're going to try to fix this. When I say go, everybody on the right side move back to the left, everybody on the left move back to the right. And here we go. Bam. And it was worse than it was before. Oh my God. It was chaotic. I mean, we talking super chaotic. And this was by design. That's the crazy part. It was all designed to be like that. But it's chaotic now. So now we got bags all over the place, people all over the place, sweat pouring off your head, not knowing what's going on. And then I look, and I'm standing in a formation. I'm trying to hold my bags. I think I got my bags. I know I got 2 duffel bags. I got that suitcase I bought, stupid. That gym bag, I know I got that one wrapped around my shoulder. So I'm sitting there and I'm standing there. My arms are freaking sore. They're hurting because of holding the bags. I can't feel anything because the thing running across the drill pad, which is concrete, running across the drill pad in these combat boots that I'm not used to wearing. So now I can't even feel my feet. And I got this drill sergeant in my face. And this drill sergeant in my face. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Why are you in my face? And he said, you think you bad, don't you, Private? And I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You think you bad, don't you, Private? And I'm like, okay, drill sergeant, no, drill sergeant. He's like, you think you bad, don't you, Private? And I'm sitting there like, was this man beefing at me because I'm big or what's going on? I said, drill sergeant, no, drill sergeant. And he said, then get off my foot, Private. I didn't even know I was standing on the man's foot. I am standing on top of the drill sergeant's foot, but I can't feel nothing. I can't feel a thing. And I'm sitting there like, oh, shoot, my bad. But you better not apologize. You better be a man to yourself and be a man about it. I got off the drill sergeant's foot. I'm sitting there like, what the heck? And that drill sergeant stayed on top of me for the whole time I was in basic training. So I just wanted to share that a little bit about my time when my first real day of basic training, the nightmare of just trying to figure out what in the heck did I just get myself into. I am so proud to have been an Army soldier, to be able to serve my country, to now be a full veteran of the United States military and armed forces. But that day, oh my God, I was like, what did I do to myself? And I've been through a lot, but I had never been through anything like that. So I just wanted to share this story. Good morning to you all from where I am this morning time. If you like that story, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Put some comments if anybody have any experiences similar to that or just thought that was a funny experience for me. You can definitely hit that notification so you'll know when we post more videos, and definitely hit the likes for me. I'm definitely excited about being here and being in this community, being on this channel, and I hope you enjoy these videos. Talk to you later. Peace. Hey, this is Big Jack, and hey, I got a story for you. Look, I probably was in the 10th grade, and I was going with this girl, so she was my girlfriend, and she invited me to church. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And her mom and her came by my house and picked me up to take me to church. I had on, a pair of nice pants and a nice shirt, and I went with them to church. I felt, proud to be there with them and was trying to, do my best. And as I went into church and the service was decent and I had a good time, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. So now we're on our way home. So on our way home, the mother, she reaches over to me, and as she's driving me down the road, and she gets in my house to drop me off, and she leans over to me and she say, don't ever go to church again without a tie on. And I said, yes, ma'am. I will never go to church again without a tie on. I was in the 10th grade. The next time I went to church, I was in the military. Years, 4, 6, 7 years maybe had passed before I went back into church. I didn't rush out to the store to buy a tie. I could fix it. I did not break my promise. I will not go to church without a tie on. I just won't go to church. This message is for all you witnesses, all you Christians, all you missionaries, and everyone who wants to get those souls into the house of the Lord and allow them to hear the word of God so that they can maybe give their life to Christ and live on and do the right thing and maybe find themselves at the right hand of the Father and being able to walk on the streets of gold and be in the mansion that's being prepared for them. All of these things that we're trying to do and get people into the kingdom of God, do not do that. Do not shut a person down because of what they're wearing. That is not what the drive should be. That is not what the person should be going through. That isn't even something somebody should be thinking, don't come to church anymore without a tie on. So once I got in the military and I started Sundays, or you work Monday through Friday pretty much, and you got the weekends. And if you're not going to service, you're cleaning up. So on Sundays, I would make sure, not that I had a problem with cleaning up, but I was going to do something else. So I would go to chapel. And then when I got to chapel, and I'm not going to say it was good. I was hearing the word again.
and it's been a long time. So then basic training is over, and I'm on my way to my first duty station. And I get to my first duty station, which was in Fort Stewart, Georgia, and then I'm there, and it's on a Friday. So I check in on a Friday, and the person at the desk when I first get to my unit, because I'm thinking here in my mind, I'm gonna check in on a Friday, find out where I'm gonna sleep. As far as where my room's gonna be, I'm gonna put my stuff up. Friday night, go to check out a club. Saturday, check out a club. And the person at the front desk said, "Hey, I know you're new to the area, but have you found the church yet?" And I was like, "No, I just got here. There's no way I could have found the church." So the answer is no, I don't have a church. He said, "Well, I'm going to invite you to church with me." And I'm remembering that don't come to church without a tie thing on and all that. So I'm sitting there thinking like, I don't have anything to wear. And I'm thinking, like everyone else, if you ain't got a tie on, if you ain't got on your Sunday best, you can't come to church. So he said, "Do you have a pair of jeans?" I said, "Yeah, I got a pair of jeans." He said, "Do you have a T-shirt?" I said, "Yeah, I got a T-shirt." Because I'm sitting there thinking, don't nobody go to church in jeans and a T-shirt, so there ain't no problem with that. He said, "So if I show up to your room with a pair of jeans and T-shirt on, will you go to church with me?" And I was like, "Hey, if you come to my room Sunday morning with a pair of jeans and T-shirt on, I'll go to church with you." Sunday morning, I knock at the door. And I'm serious. I'm like, man, knock at the door. And I'm like, oh, man, that's that guy. I ain't trying to go to no church. He like, knock, knock, knock. Door. I ain't gonna act. I'm gonna act like I'm asleep. I'm acting like I ain't even gonna hear him. And then knocks again. Then out of nowhere, the door opens up. And I'm talking like it was locked, but the door opened. And here this man is standing here in my room who I just met that Friday. Here it is Sunday. And he's in my room. And he's standing there with a pair of jeans and a T-shirt. And I was like, okay, if you're going to wear your jeans and T-shirt, then I'm going to put on my jeans and T-shirt. So I got cleaned up, put on my jeans and T-shirt. I went to service with him. And I'm going to tell you, that was one of the best services I've ever been to in my life. The Lord ministered strongly to my heart. And eventually it convicted me to the point that I rededicated my life to the Lord. And I moved forward from there, trying to do the right thing, doing everything I can. And it led to bigger and better things within Christ. And I'm so happy that someone came or even took that chance to offer me an invitation to come to their service, to their church. And it was just a pair of jeans and a T-shirt. So I always remember, and this is something I would tell you, we say it a lot of times, and this is one thing I want you all to remember and to mean: come as you are. Come as you are. It is not about trying to dress a person up to look their best, to come into, to get their life straight. If you're not saved, if you're in sin, then your whole life is a mess. And what I don't want to worry about is what I'm wearing. I'm trying to get my heart right. I'm trying to get my mind right. I'm trying to get my soul right. And you're worrying about a tie hanging off my neck. That oh my God, drove me crazy back then. But I just wanted to share the little story with you, and hoping that if you're out there doing your thing and you're out there ministering to people, that you will remember that. Let them come as they are, because we're trying to work on their heart, their mind, and their soul. All right. Until next time, I ask you to continue to if you like the videos, share, send me a comment or two. And until next time, stay blessed and peace. Hey, everybody, guess what? I just found out I'm on Netflix. I mean, really, I'm on Netflix. I can't believe it, but I am on Netflix. What happened was I was on my way home from work. My cousin called me and he said, "Hey, check it out, man. We're on Netflix." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "We're on Netflix." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And I'm still driving, so I can't look it up at this time. So he said, "Nah, you got to check it out." So he texted me the episode. So if you go to Netflix and right now Netflix has a special they're doing on called Mr. McMahon. It's on Vince McMahon with the WWF and WWE back in the day with WWF. And 27 minutes into the episode, the first episode, 27 minutes into the first episode, they're doing an interview with Tony Atlas. And Tony Atlas was a former wrestler from back in the day. And he makes a comment, if you really want to know what's going on in the world, you just needed to watch wrestling, because we would show you and tell you, because the skits was based off of things that was going on in the world. Well, when this is before WrestleMania even won, WrestleMania 1 hadn't even started yet. So had you looked at the world at that time, wrestling had it where you had it was like the United States versus the foreign wrestlers. So you had like Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik and Roddy Piper. They were the bad side. And then you had the good side, was like Hulk Hogan and Bob Backlund. And then even Mr. T, because this again is before WrestleMania. So Mr. T was even out there wrestling at that time. So Tony Atlas makes a comment, and then they go to these two little kids standing in line at a wrestling match. And they talking to the younger kid, he's probably about 9 or 10 years old at the time. And he says, what wrestler do you hate or don't like? And the kid, he was looking and he didn't. So an older kid, probably 13, 14-year-old, was reaching down and looking, whispering in his ear, say the Sheik. So the younger kid said, the Sheik. And then the guy comes back and he says, why you don't like the Sheik? So then the older kid again, feeding the younger kid, because he's from another country, man. But those kids, that was me, the older kid, feeding the younger kid. That was us. But the blowout part of all of this, the part that's so crazy and wild, that was 39 years ago. 39 years ago. So, like, what's the chances of them finding a clip of two little boys, young boys, 13, 14, 10, 9, 10, and they find us making that comment of, we don't like a certain person because he's from another country, just to fit with someone else's comment in an interview about how wrestling used to depict what was going on in the world. Crazy. 27 minutes into the first episode, you'll find me and my cousin being interviewed at that time. 39 years? That is freaking amazing. But then I started thinking as I'm watching the episode and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow. I said, if I was running for office, just imagine, if I was trying to be a politician or any type of office, and they were like, well, Big Jack doesn't like foreigners, listen to what he said. And it's like, because he's from another country. I don't think that way. But what I started thinking is, the more content that we create and the more things we put out there, you really got to watch what you're saying. And you got to make sure that whatever you're saying, you're going to stand on, because 39 years later, it can come back on you. I couldn't even remember doing that interview. I remember going to the match, but I don't remember that someone was interviewing us and things like that. But 39 years later, that one thing of, I don't like this person because he's from another country. I don't feel that way. I probably didn't feel that way then. It was just more, that's what the media put out to us. That's what we were hearing as kids. And that's what that's the hype that you would get. But at the same time, start really watching what you're saying. Start really, paying attention to what you're putting out there, the content. Because if it doesn't go away. If somebody shares that content or saves that content or whatever that you're putting out today, 39 years later, it might come back. So just watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing, and enjoy life. But hey, if you want to check it out, it's 27 minutes into the first episode of Mr. McMahon on Netflix. You're going to see me feeding my cousin some information. But until next time, thank you for letting me share. You have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Hello, YouTube community. This is your man, Big Jack. And I'm coming to you just to talk a little bit about this new direction we're going with this channel. Back when I turned 50, a couple of years ago, my daughter-in-law gave me a book, and it was more like a book of my life, or it's just like my history of me. And she wanted me to fill out the book because it would allow my grandkids to know more about their grandfather. So and I've been looking in the book and playing with the book, but I never really just took the time and filled it all out. But then I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to, instead of writing it in the book, I'm going to put it all on video so the grandkids can see. So they'll be subscribers of this channel, and I'm going to share the pages. I'll go in there, pick a page out, and then I will just describe it and talk about it. And that way, that'll be a way for them to know more about me. And at the same time, we'll have it captured in video and in YouTube in the community. And I'll be also sharing with you the community and those who subscribe and watch and view, and you'll just get to learn more about me and my experiences and some of the things I've done in my life. I really love me. So I know that I've done a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things, and some of my experiences I believe would definitely be beneficial for people who are out there who are still striving to get to certain things in their life. So that's more where the direction came from. So the Big Jack stories, the Big Jack stories is all about the trials and tribulations, the experiences, the wins and the losses in my life, and I'm just ready to share them with you. And the big focus is to capture this time and capture these stories so that my grandkids can learn more about me through the videos and have that as a way to just learn more about the family, because some of the stories that I'll be sharing will have a lot to do with where we came from, what we're doing, and who we are. So continue to watch, continue to subscribe, and hit that like button, drop some comments, and let us know how we're doing. And I look forward to sharing my stories with you, and then at the same time watching and looking at your stories. So again, tune in, and until the next time, you have a blessed day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you. Bye.